Hey, it's Rob at EMPI. Today we're going to talk about PMO. We've got a very special visit. We're going to hang out with Technica Race Wire. We're going to learn about how do you control all that power that a PMO EFI kit can make for your classic Porsche engine. And fortunately, we're going to talk with Philip. He is the chairman, he's the founder, he's the CEO, he's the big kahuna here at Technica Race Wire. Philip, what the hell do you guys do here?
Well, here at Technica Race Wire, we focus on designing and building wiring harnesses. And we hook everything with a standalone ECU. Specifically, Motec or M-Tron is our two favorites. And yeah, we just want to make sure the whole EFI system work in conjunction to each other with sensors, coils, injectors. So come on by.
Okay, let's have a look at what you do.
Yeah.
Hey Philip, somebody let some old air-cooled engine in here. What the heck? What's this all about?
Well, this, people can see this in a Volkswagen or a Beetle, but this is specifically for like a 912 engine. You can also see in 356 as well. And these are just stock engines that we have, and even the one on the floor is a stock 3.0 911 SC. So you could definitely see the difference between EFI towards stock or carbureted system. This is something that we're playing with Benton, where at shop we're looking to EFIing a full 356 and 912 platform. So we have a prototype out there, but these are basically engines that we use to mock up, understand what was done before or original and what we can do to improve. And so this engine goes to the green car, which is still a lot of work that needs to be done. And yeah, but so that's a 912. It's getting a full restoration harness inside.
Beautiful.
And then the engine is up to the client if he wants to do full EFI or keep it carbs.
Okay.
Carbureted is very simple. It's not a lot of wires or electronics involved. It's more mechanical. So, but it's definitely a full converter system.
Sure. So I'm going to ask a personal question. Hope you don't mind.
Yeah.
So were you a Lego kid? Were you a tuning? Were you a computer kid? Were you a 0-1 kid?
Yeah.
This is a very, very specialized kind of a trade. Clearly, looks like you guys are having a great time here.
Yeah.
But what was the seed that got this started?
So yeah, growing up, my dad really put me to work. So every time there's summer break or spring break, he would take me to one of his house to remodel, and I would just keep going at it. And obviously I would grumble and complain, but eventually I gained a lot of skills, like electrical skills, hands-on skills that I didn't know that I had, being ingrained to me. So in college, I was trying to figure out what I want to do, and I had a knack on tools, putting things together, and I realized, hey, maybe I should pursue mechanical engineering. I tried computer science, but wasn't my cup of tea.
Okay.
But in college, I focused on mechanical engineering, and I joined a SE race car team in Cal State Fullerton.
Oh, awesome.
And I got involved in the whole chassis, composite, building a carbon monocoque. So I was a very composite focus, and at one point, and I worked at SpaceX at one point, just helping them build their rockets.
Wow.
And then I got involved with Porsche Speed Shop. That's no longer around, but they were trying to do their own EFI system. I helped design the first iteration of the throttle bodies, harnesses, and then left the company to pursue other work. But over time, the company struggled because they couldn't get the harness right.
Sure.
They were trying to do many things, and they kept calling me hey, how can we get this Motec to work? How can we get the whole engine to work? Because that's always the biggest problem. And of course I didn't work there anymore, but I was willing to consult and help. But eventually he had to send people to me to get a couple cars working. So I guess what Technica started is with my partner Kevin, who's not here right now. We started at his house. A couple of 911s came to our house. It was a huge liability, and I said I can wire up your car for fun, for very cheap. And after the first project, the car started up immediately.
Great.
I think that was his joy. Wow, this is the hardest part. I've been waiting years and years, and you guys just did it in a month, in your garage.
Wow.
So after that, he sent more people, and obviously we can't keep running it through our outside the garage, especially with the liability of like expensive 911s.
Sure.
So we opened up our first shop, half of the size, and then everything started to grow more and more, very organically. And no one that I know of really is focusing on just the wiring portion for EFI and 911s. And I think that's where we naturally fit in.
Yeah.
We understand the motors really well, the chassis really well, and the community, like what the people are looking for and what builders are looking for. Like when I spoke with John Benton, he strives for perfection, and he's cares about every single little detail, and it pushes me to care for every single little detail on my end. So
that sounds like John. That's
Yeah.
the John we know.
yeah,
So I think you bring up a very, very important point, Philip. So many questions that we field on PMO EFI, it's always about the architecture, what harness, what ECU. So the reason that PMO is partnered with Technica Race Wire, as you've just learned, is their specialization, their focus, their determination, and most importantly, they know the questions to ask. So we don't expect that everybody that's going to sit in their Porsche and turn it on and go drive understands all the parameters. That'd be a pretty big ask of the average owner. Yes, I know, I turn the key, there's a spark, there's fuel, makes cool noises, and I get to go driving. But Philip and his team have figured out all of the things happening in the foreground and the background.
On that note, I have a set of PMOs I want to show you.
Ooh, yes please. 46s, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. You guys have like your manifold on the bottom, and people can option like an RSR finish.
Yep.
So just basically a black finish. But yeah, it's really cool, especially with all the hardware. Everything's very complimentary. Yeah, I love how you guys have ports for like either air control valve and injectors as well. So these are the size injectors we selected for the client, and it's very well built. And yeah, let's just throw it onto the engine.
Okay, I think we should do that. And just a reminder, PMOs, manufactured, assembled, machined, Anaheim, California. We're in Cerritos, California, approximately 12 miles apart. We're all in one time zone. So if you ever want to talk about quality, you want to talk about engineering, you want to talk about manufacturing capabilities, PMO, top drawer in EFI and carburetors, Technica Race Wire, top drawer in controls and harnesses. Please continue.
Yeah. So here we're gonna assemble the top end of the motor.
Okay.
So a really cool mock-up to show how everything works, how everything fits. So yeah.
Bring it on. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Come on, guys. As you can see, we have fuel lines and hoses. So inlet and outlet, and then usually it depends on the case, on the cylinders. If we have a 2-bolt options or 1 or 3-bolt option, so that's another thing we have to understand and know if we helping people source throttle bodies. Also, usually typically 3 bolts have a bigger port size or larger intake port size, and that matters a lot based on flow, and we want to reduce the amount of turbulence and sharp edges as air flows in. Here,
And this is the star of the show over here?
yeah,
Nice.
So everything is tailored for that motor. Let's tailor this harness onto the motor. What's really unique, we created a mounting panel. So you can see that.
Which again kind of echoes the OE fuse panel, right?
Yes.
That's going to mount up into the firewall, left-hand side of the engine compartment.
Yeah.
That's going to look like it's pretty darn factory. Okay.
Yeah. So you can take a closer look. We laser engraved the whole fuse box.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. So everyone knows, or the client would know, or builders would know, what relays and fuse does what. So
Perfect.
we section everything off, and this is a configuration we end up choosing because when someone's trying to troubleshoot the engine, you have the ECU fuse box right next to the engine, rather than just running back and forth if the ECU and fuse box is like in the car itself. So we try to make it very user friendly, and people have nice upholstery. We have to think about that too. So if we have a fat loom going through the interior of the car,
Sure. That's going to upset the carpeting and whatever else is over it. So
Exactly, yeah.
I really, the attention to detail and the simplicity, it's rare that those things collide directly, but you know, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of different lines, and I can tell that when everything is in its right place, that it's going to be very clean, very traceable, very easy to follow. The fuse panel where the ECU is mounted up, it's very indicative of a system that's been thought out really well, Philip.
Yeah, and a really cool item right here is we make our own mounting hardware for the harness. So the harness would lay right here, and we zip tie it down, so people don't have to drill. We don't have to use nasty big fat rubber P clamps.
Sure.
We just keep everything very tucked, but the harness is not tight, and the whole thing looks consistent. Because the last thing people want is like messy wires.
Sure.
And so that's what we, you know, if we don't see the wires or everything looks consistent, then that's when we did a good job. So, you know, so Luis and Eric here are routing the harness right now. So we have leads going in front for our sensors. So this one goes into TPS, right here. Yeah. These are injector leads. And then one thing we're able to do on it, just basically when we get kind of OCD, we like to have like some wire management. So most the harness for the coils look more like this. It takes time to really just make it look really pretty, but we have these zip tie mounting tabs to hold it down. So it's not like a bad hair day for the engine. So Luis is just gonna be doing some cable management right now. But yeah, so it's a lot of wires, it's a lot of stuff, but you know, the ECU is monitoring almost everything in the car, or the engine, and yeah, so that's how we able to have a full complete package from engine build towards induction system, towards wiring, towards tuning, and then now you have a fully complete running car.
It's beautiful, Philip.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you sharing all this work with us. I knew your stuff was great. To be able to see it get constructed, how it gets implemented, how it gets attached to the engine, it's very, very impressive.
Yeah,
so I hope you're very proud of what you've accomplished here.
Yeah.
And the idea that somebody loves that old air-cooled Porsche but wants more performance, more drivability, more reliability. We talked about altitude. There's a number of different reasons why you would EFI your earlier Porsche if it wasn't already.
Yeah.
And bottom line is, I'm seeing nothing but upside here.
Yeah.
And I don't remember hearing anything permanently being changed on the engine. So if somebody really wanted to retrofit, they could, right? There's nothing that's going to stop them. I mean, yes, it's a lot of effort and a lot of dollars, but if somebody's going to be a purist and say, I want it back to OE, I want to have to pump the accelerator 3 or 4 times, let it warm up 10 minutes before I take it out of the driveway, and stumbles and whatever else that they might have experienced, then this system is completely retrofittable.
Yeah, and what's really cool is everything is also reversible. We haven't had a client who wants to go back to carbs, but you can. Like, you can change back to, you know, carbureted like Weber's, or take out the harness. You can reverse it. So we've designed a system where it's not fully permanent, but we haven't had anybody who wants to like really do that.
Sure.
So
no, once you experience this, right? Once you turn the key, it comes to life immediately. The throttle response is is crisp and snappy. And then of course the LEDs start shooting up, and you have a rave in your engine compartment. Why would you want to go back from that? So no, I get it. I really appreciate the work, the detail, and the OCD. If that's what's powering this, then I'm very happy. This is really very impressive.
yeah.
All right, so Philip, let's role play for a minute. Let's say I'm a Porsche owner. I've got an early car. It's maybe MFI, it's CIS, and I want to go modern EFI. How do I get my wallet connected to you?
Yeah. So you can contact me at my website at www.technicaracewire.com. My phone number is 562-667-7838, and I'm happy to consult, point you to the right direction, connect you with the right builders that I work with, that I trust, if it's for engine rebuilds or putting the car together. But yeah, feel free to contact me, and I'll definitely be able to help you out.